It's not only matches that Iga Swiatek, the world #2, has been able to get here at the United Cup. It's also high-level practice. Chap just on the back of the picture there, Kamil Majszak sitting next to Nicholas Masum. He's world number 120. They have been pounding it on the practice court, those two.
And you can see from the get-go how aggressively Katie Boulter is going about her returning. She knows she has to, because Iga Swiatek, when she controls the center of the court and the pace of the rallies, it is very challenging playing her.
For Iga, you suspect this is not merely about getting ready for the Australian Open, a slam that she would love to win, a semi-finalist a few years ago before being beaten surprisingly by Danielle Collins. It's about winning for Poland. You can feel she's utterly committed to the cause here, particularly after coming so close last year in the final. That is a very lively start. And buzzing courtside is Laura Robson. Laura, how are you seeing this one? Obviously, you know Katie so well. What do you think the approach might be?
I think she's going to try and get the first ball, you know, try and look to be the one to dictate the rally from the beginning. It's easier said than done, of course, but these two practiced together a couple of times last week, and I think Katie feels, you know, more confidence than she did 6 months ago that she can hang with a player of this caliber and, you know, not be overwhelmed by the topspin coming onto her racket. So, yeah, I think Andrea and I both feel that the first serve percentage is going to be absolutely key for her as well, which it was fantastic against Australia.
Yeah, it really was 80% more or less for Katie Boulter yesterday.
Oh, it looks sharp.
Okay, somebody came to play. Beautiful angle here to see how high the ball goes above the net, pushes Katie Boulter back behind the baseline, and then the angle with the backhand.
Boulter does have 3 top 10 wins to her name. A couple over Karolina Pliskova on the grass a few years ago, but a top 5 win from a set down against Jessica Pegula right here on this court 12 months ago.
Right away, Laura, there's much more height in Iga's ground strokes, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, most definitely, especially on that backhand side. We just saw her there take some pace off almost and go for the height over the net rather than the speed. I think she's really looking for the depth straight into Katie's forehand side because, as we know, that's the side that can really fly.
Just get the sense this is such an important service game for Boulter to settle in here. Alex Ward is the captain, and send her a picture is Liana Veselinovic, who is the private coach of the British #1.
And that is the danger zone. Katie only making one first serve out of the 4 she's hit. And you see what happens when you give Iga Swiatek a second serve on it right away.
Too good.
Team Poland.
What a start by Poland.
Team Poland leads 2-0.
138 kilometers per hour on the backhand side. That is a very fast-paced shot, and you saw how she used her entire body to create that kind of power.
Poland the winners of Group B, beating Norway and had to go the distance against Czechia yesterday and come through in the mixed doubles. First time these two countries have met at the United Cup.
She is playing very well.
I was going to say, not much to write down.
Wim is very thorough, a new Belgian coach who has been on the tour a long time.
He can write down 2 love 30-15. Very good point.
Yes, absolutely. And in my opinion, this is where Iga Swiatek is the most dangerous, when she can control the center of the court with her forehand side, because she doesn't kill you right away. She just kills you slowly, opens the court over and over again. You have to sprint more than you want to, and you still lose the point in the end. She tried it there again.
40-30.
Just burns the muscles that bit more, which can pay off in the end if it goes long.
Yes.
That's got what she's got to try and do on all the returns. If it sits up and it's that slightly higher bouncing kick serve, go straight in the way that Iga would do to you.
Advantage, team regroup.
And she did once more. Laura, no coaching, Team GB. You're on the TV side, you have to be impartial.
I'm very unbiased. Just want great tennis.
Mini opening here for Boulter.
Yes.
She has played a number of top players before, and in Beijing a couple of years ago, she took on the world number 1, Arina Sabalenka, 7-5, 7-6. She came off the back end of that. She's not outclassed by the best players in the world.
Advantage, team Poland. Yes.
Still early in the season, isn't it?
It is early in the season, but lovely to see her smile. Even the best in the world can have a lapse of concentration. Or two.
Advantage, team Great Britain. Yes.
Boulter was under the lights against Olivia Gadecki of Australia in the group stage, so has had a chance to get used to the different environment of the evening session.
Advantage, team Poland.
What we know from the former number 1 is that world number 1, she loves to pull away early in matches. Too good.
Yes.
Nicely done by Katie here. That forehand down the line really opened up some possibilities for her. And then good eye and good footwork to get around that one.
Advantage, team Poland.
Swiatek held to 15 in her opening service game, being really made to work here. And on we go with a 6th deuce.
Yes.
Captain Alex Ward, and he got thrown about the 200 mark on the men's ranking when he was playing a few years ago. Now settling into a coaching role, and he's going to learn an awful lot from this time as the United Cup captain for Team GB.
Some nice defense from Katie Boulter, and you can see Liliana telling her stay low. She did very well. The defensive skills at the beginning of her career were not her strength, but she has improved so much. Katie Boulter moves so much better around the court.
Yes.
Yes, at almost 6 foot, those hips can get a little high, can't they, on contact?
They can, and she used to have also questionable shot selections in defensive positions, kind of bailed out of rallies early. Doesn't do that anymore. You can still sometimes see it, but a lot less, and that's why she has skyrocketed through the rankings.
Advantage, Team Poland.
Pressure points are the points that give you a game point.
Yes.
Feels like a few more errors coming off the Swiatek backhand side. And it looks like to me she wants to go for that one line and then just changed her mind last minute on the last shot and then was kind of too close across her body pulling off the shot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, she's got it.
Advantage, Team Great Britain.
And you just sense the longer this game goes on, the more important it becomes. And Katie, keep those hips down. 3 break points have come and gone for Boulter. Too good.
Yes. Advantage, Team Poland.
could be something
Team
special.
Poland.
But Swiatek getting the better of the opening 3 games.
Team Poland leads 3 games to 0.
Now this quarterfinal simmering very nicely here. Winners of this matchup between Great Britain and Poland will play Kazakhstan. Well, this city comes alive at night, doesn't it? One of the world's great harbours. And it certainly was popping a couple of nights ago. I think there was about a million down there. There was some clean-up required, but spectacular as ever. Great Britain and Poland facing off for the very first time at the United Cup. Poland have the advantage in this 3-match tie. The job for Iga is to take it home and book their place in the semis. Always been very successful here. Semi-finalists in the inaugural year. Back in 2023, match points in the final against Germany 12 months ago. Can they go one step better?
Talked to Biljana yesterday in the Players Lounge, and she told me they gotta coach in for the serve to have her second serve be more stable, get a bit more kick on. She has a fantastic first serve, Katie Boulter. The second serve tends to always slice a little bit into the forehand body side, so they really want to have options on that second serve, have brought somebody in from the outside. And I always love when teams do that and keep open to all these kind of possibilities that are around in sports science and different kind of experts.
Well held.
30-15.
It's also acknowledgement from Biljana that she's very open as well to bring someone in. She's Serbian, isn't she?
She's Serbian, yeah. And here we have it. Here we have it's a beautiful motion. You talked about it with Jelena already, but she does have that grip. You can see it, that tends to have the ball go slice, which means it bounces and goes to the left. And if you have the option,
Swiatek hugging the lines and eyeing up another service break here.
Brutal hitting from the baseline. I thought that was a brilliant defensive shot, but not to be with somebody of Iga's caliber. But look at this, that looked out, huh? 2 millimeters in.
40-13.
That's what it takes to win a point against Iga Swiatek on this court tonight. And you wonder how much that practice session helped, Katie, that they had before the tournament. Just to get a feel of the sort of ball that Iga's sending down. Got a chance to post her first game here. Oh, Great Britain up and running.
Brilliant 2 points from Katie Boulter here.
Team Poland leads 3-1.
And Laura, you've picked the right time to be in the British camp.
Yeah, they finally let me on Team GB, Sam, and I'm with Dub's expert on the team, Liv Nichols. I mean, how impressed are you with the ball striking so far? 27 minutes in and only 3-1?
No, it's absolutely incredible so far. I mean, up until this point, Katie's looked so comfortable in both the matches that she's played, but this really is another level today. And yeah, we're having to see her really work hard with her defensive skills because Iga's getting her working really, really hard out there.
Are you surprised by how big Iga hits it? Because we know that she's got the top spin and that she moves well, but they're kind of going toe for toe in terms of power as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think that she's, you know, this kind of like heavy hitting counter puncher, but honestly, sitting courtside and seeing her getting that first strike in, it's incredible.
And what is it that Katie can do from here to turn this first set around?
Sorry, to see this. Oh.
In case you didn't take in anything that I said, what does Katie need to do to turn this first set around?
I think she's going to have to try and get on the front foot as much as she possibly can because, yeah, Iga's getting her pulled out into this wide backhand a lot and then hitting backhand line incredibly well. So, yeah, I think she's just going to have to take a few more chances and, yeah, get that first strike in as much as she possibly can.
I'll let you get back to sporting because I can feel the nerves from here.
Everything right until
30-15.
the final blow. The pace out here is torrid. Welcome to Iga's world. Team Poland in charge of this women's singles.
Team Poland leads 4-1.
Quarterfinals night session here at the Ken Rosewell Arena out at Sydney's Inner West at the Olympic Park. And a good crowd in tonight, a lot of Poles here to try and see their country home and into the semis.
Time.
Winner of this tie will take on Kazakhstan.
We're witnessing a brilliant contest here between the two women. Some incredibly pacey striking of the tennis ball. And this young woman right here is showing why she has dominated women's tennis for nearly 3 years. She's playing outstanding. I think Katie Boulter is doing really well, actually. It's just a lot to handle from the other side.
It looks to be a gap in the scoreline, but it's one break. And Boulter's opening service game held to 30 in her last.
And Katie trying to be the one that changes up the line on the backhand side. We saw Iga doing that frequently in these first 5 games. Katie Boulter just trying to adjust some of the tactics out here, get ahead of her opponent.
It's got to be that good. Try and stay in contention here. Keep it to the one break.
40-30. Use.
Those are the ones where you can almost hear Biljana from the side saying, get low.
Yeah,
Just
get
the
low.
contact point of that just it gets trapped up in the body because there's no, well, not enough knee bend. There's some, but it needs to be a lot lower than that.
Well, and she is trying to get out of those these grueling backhand cross-court rallies that she's had to contest with Swiatek. So she is going for that backhand down the line a bit earlier in the rally. It is higher risk. It will make you hit a few more unforced errors, but she clearly sees it as the right strategic move right now.
And that is an excellent hold.
Team Great Britain. Team Poland leads 4-2.
Nice height above the net, but we didn't see the shot before. It was the backhand down the line that she was able to produce before her opponent, Iga Swiatek, and then sets up her forehand nicely.
Even though Iga didn't manage to hang on to the #1 spot at the end of last season, she still won more matches than any other player, 59 in total, and she is regularly punching in, you know, huge numbers, year in, year out.
There's a stat in the media notes today saying that Iga's won her last, well, 29 of her last 30 matches against players outside the top 20. That's mental numbers, isn't it? To be that consistent.
And the last loss against
15.
somebody outside the top 20 was Yulia Putintseva in Wimbledon. Not her favorite surface, the grass courts, but I'm sure she will find a way to play well there as well.
Also awarded for hanging in here.
And what Laura mentioned earlier, the backhand looks a bit off compared to the first two matches. And Katie Boulter doing really well here.
Chance to get the break back. And Boulter is back.
Team Great Britain.
And we're on serve in this
New
first
balls,
set.
please. Team Poland leads 4-3.
Twice you got her with your forehand line, right?
Yeah, but she's playing every ball to my backhand, so
Yeah, that's fine.
go forehand line to the backhand.
Try to go middle or forehand. She's making more mistakes with forehands. But try to go when she's going backhand to you. Try to go middle instead of her backhand, and then whatever. But very, very good, decisive. Now it's going to be new balls. So you have to be super low with every shot and soft hand to start with serve.
An intriguing opening set here between Great Britain and Poland. It's all on the line for the Brits to try and stay in this matchup and in this quarter-final. Couple of breaks in this first set. Boulter coming back at Iga Swiatek, the world number 2, after trailing by 4-1.
Time.
And it is game on here on the Ken Rosewell Arena.
Just thinking of the reactions that we saw from Swiatek in the last game, and thinking back again to what Winforset's been trying to get her to do against these kind of players, where she feels rushed and her tendency is to try and go for more and to try and hit bigger and bigger. And what we'll see here, now that the scoreline's a bit closer, very interesting.
There's like a big momentum swing right here.
Beautiful serving by Katie. She was around 50% at the start of this match, but she has pushed her numbers on the first serve percentage way above 60%. Makes things easier for her.
Game Team Great Britain.
And her first hold to love. 3 games in a row for the British number 1.
Games on.
And Laura is so right. This is a real heat test for Iga Swiatek. She's playing a player where she doesn't really like the playing type, somebody who hits the ball big, who goes for a lot. And now she has to test out those new things that Wim Fissette is working on with her. Still not happy with that backhand.
Let's go.
Well, that's why she brought him in, wasn't it? To play better tennis on faster hard courts, which is what they have here in Australia. Oh.
30.
Hips were down there. As low as you can go.
They sure were. That was a nicely struck backhand, but a bit too short, and Katie takes advantage of it right away.
So 4-all, 30-all this first set. Perfectly poised.
The first backhand from Swiatek in that rally was really nice. There was some lovely shape over it. It was creating some extra time for herself, but then straight away she gets in this fast-paced backhand cross-court rally, and at that point you almost want to see her start to slow things down and maybe go for the backhand line, but high. Get it jumping onto Boulter's forehand.
Team Poland.
So after a couple of breaks, we're on serve in this intriguing opening set.
Team Poland leads 5-4.
I'm glad, Laura, that you're at least coaching both teams, not only Team GB.
Yeah, no, I'm as I said, I'm unbiased, but I think this is where you would want to see this sort of all the things from the off-season in practice, isn't it? And it's so hard to do it at 4-all in the first set when you've had the break and then all of a sudden the scoreline gets tight. See if we can hear what Wim's saying.
Night session at the Olympic Park, Ken Rosewell Arena, and the second match of 3 between Great Britain and Poland. Quarterfinal stage here at the United Cup. And the first set perfectly poised.
Time. 15-11.
World number 24 serving to stay in this first set. An excellent season last year, winning 2 titles. Jumped up from outside the world's top 50, and now at 28 years of age, playing the best tennis of her career. And seemingly unfazed by going down an early break and trailing 4-1. Built a lot of confidence at the end of the season, had some excellent results. Semi-finalist in Tokyo at the WTA 500, a final in Hong Kong, and then really good performances at the Billie Jean King Cup.
And here we have it just as an illustration how fast these women are hitting the ball. And Katie Boulter, in fact, outperforming Iga Swiatek on both sides, particularly on the backhand side.
Got it. Going toe to toe here.
14-15.
And that grid that you just showed us, Andrea, might surprise many. Everyone seems to think, you know, Iga is a super heavy hitter and maybe gets a few more revolutions, but that's how well Katie and how big she's playing tonight.
Game, Team Great Britain. Five games on.
4 of the last 5 games for the British #1.
L'Oreal, they look from up here a lot better in terms of changing up the heights a little bit. Not crazily, but just a bit more height in some of these ground strokes.
Exactly, just enough so that it's not the same ball strike coming into Boulter's contact point every time, and just a bit more spread with where she was placing that as well.
40-11.
This really is the stress test for Iga Swiatek. Can she remedy what she has done in the past season? Try to out-hit the big hitters instead of putting in the heaviness and the topspin that she possesses in her skill set.
Settling hold for Swiatek, and she nudges ahead once more.
Team Poland leads 6 games to 5.
Well, so many wonderful spots within striking distance of the CBD, and located in Sydney's north is Manly Beach. Not quite sure you can surf over there from Circular Quay, but you certainly can get a ferry. Many of the players have done. They've all had various dips in the ocean since they've been down under. The Poles are in town to support Team Poland in their quest to reach a third semi-final here at the United Cup. Standing in their way, Team GB. Iga Swiatek trying to seal the match in that semi-final for her team. And here is the great man after whom this stadium is named 4 times. Australian Championships champion, as it was known back in his day. Wonderful to have him here.
Love 15.
She's a gamer, isn't she?
She really is, and she knows how important, both women know how important the first point is in these crucial games that can decide a set. Yeah, she's frustrated. Through a few misses off the second serve of Katie Boulter in these last 2 games.
That was one of her scruffier forehands of the evening. There's been some good ones in there as well.
30-15.
Iga's first exposure to tennis as a kid wasn't on a tennis court, it was on a video game on her PlayStation. And sometimes I think she thinks she's still on the video game, just hitting it harder and harder.
Great rhythm. 6 games all, tie break.
Season, and it may have no bearing on what's going to happen tonight. Swiatek had a very good tiebreak record, won 7 of 10. Didn't play many tiebreaks actually. Funny enough, every time she won a tiebreak in a match, she actually went on to win the match. But Katie, and the numbers were not quite so strong. Won 6 of 14, but again, that might not have any bearing, and probably won't, on what's going to happen out here tonight.
Laura.
It's just so good, but I think from courtside, I can hear the difference in her footwork. All of a sudden, it was already intense, and it just became even more so. And, you know, the grunt comes out of nowhere, and it's all these things where when it gets to a really tight moment of the match, she steps up.
Oh, too good.
Absolute brilliant strike. Not only is it fast,
Team Poland,
but she hits it on that short point. Take a look here. Right, this one. It's just behind the service line, opens the angle, unreachable, and the fist bump to go with it.
Yeah, can Boulter match the intensity? You don't need to watch her, you just need to listen to her. Oh. So the mini break snuffed out. Laura, have you seen Katie play better tennis than this?
I'm just thinking back to the match against Pegula last year, actually. That's probably the last time I've seen her strike the forehand.
Wow.
Quite so much pace.
And it's just too heavy right now.
Team Great Britain.
Boulter up at the mini break. First to 7.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Played. Well, we didn't know if Katie Boulter could bridge the ranking gap. I think we know now, certainly in this first set.
Very high quality tennis we are watching here. And even Hubert Hurkacz seems impressed.
He's done his job. He won his opening singles against Billy Harris. Team Poland halfway there to the semi-finals.
It is so loud down here.
I can see the Polish fans behind you, Laura. They're almost going to. I think if Iga wins the set, they're going to be toppling on top of you, actually.
Erupt.
They're leaning over the balcony just right above your head. And how do you? It's almost like
Poland.
holding the biting point, isn't it? On a gear stick of a car. You know, how much do you push? How much do you go right to the edge?
Yeah, it's the art of tennis, really, to find that pace that you can maintain with consistency without overplaying it. If you can find that balance, you will win a lot of matches.
And the mini break once again snuffed out. And let's remind ourselves it was Swiatek who got the fast start, led 3-love and 4-1, but it was the one break, and then Boulter winning 4 of the next 5 games. And here we are at level in this opening set breaker. Katie mustn't wake up at all.
5-4. Team Great Britain.
And 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. 5-
6-4, Team Great Britain.
She is playing as if she's in a trance. And what a recovery from the British #1. And against all the odds, after almost an hour and a quarter, Boulter has set point.
Thank you.
Oh,
The
fight back starts here.
Great Britain.
Boulter taking the opening set on the breaker by 7 games to 6. Swiatek, understandably, as the world #2 started as the heavy favourite. Boulter broken in that opening service game of the match. It's the first break points Swiatek's had since that time. The expression hasn't really changed, has it? Whatever the score, she looks utterly unfazed in this company.
She's annoyed, but that's not a bad miss at all. She set that one up with those higher topspin shots, had the one she wanted, the short one that she can do something with, and just missed by a few centimeters. That should go down in her book as well played.
Another chance here. comeback starts here for Team Poland.
And Laura, the thing with the higher topspin forehands and backhands is that it also gives her more depth, and Katie Boulter was able to play on the baseline, inside the baseline too much in the first set.
Yeah, you're just looking to take her half a step further back, and it just changes her contact point that much more. So even though that it's very hard to try and slow things down off a fast ball coming into your racket, you can kind of accelerate into it and use that pace to add the extra height above the net that she's looking for. But yeah, I got to respect the first game of the second set. As expected, Iga coming out with a renewed energy after the toilet break. And you just saw Winfrey pointing to his head there. Game on.
Laura, I don't know if you just caught that. I think you're sitting pretty close to the Team Poland zone there. Winfrey just checking the string tension. He's just put that little, he's just got a little thing next to him that he was just making sure.
And it felt like towards the end of the first set, she stopped using that shot, didn't she? The backhand line that was working so well at the beginning of the match. And that's why we saw her kind of get into these grudge rallies, getting faster and faster, going backhand cross. But that's perfectly placed, and she's not overplaying it. I think she's trying to shorten this first serve in the juice side as well and get it shorter in the box.
Could be a late night for those youngsters. Only on 13 occasions last season did Iga lose the opening set, which was unlucky for some, because in 6 of those matches she did come back to win. That's pretty strong numbers.
Poland leads 2-2.
That's well watched.
30-15.
And again, the backhand down the line, opening up options for Katie Boulter. That backhand down the line won her the first set. Hit 2 blistering winners to take the tie break.
Yes.
Second double fault in this set. Overall tonight, Boulter looks to have got the brew just right. Is it going to be enough?
Advantage, Team Poland.
Sack the second serve coach.
Yeah, well, this was an issue last year. She would have a lot of double faults and always long. That's why they brought on that coach to give her a bit of kick. But both of these last 2 second serves that went long, both she went for the slice serve.
Chance here for the double break for Swiatek. And Swiatek has got some room to breathe, and she pulls out to a 3-love lead
New balls,
in this
please.
second set.
Team Poland leads 3-2.
Well, a couple of days ago, Poland were out on Coogee Beach. And, one of the Wiley Baths. There it is. One of the oldest ocean pools in this part of Sydney, and there's plenty of them. Can get a little hectic in there, but one of the great joys about being in this part of the world. When you were playing, did you ever head to the beach, Andrea?
Very rarely. Not a good beach person. I burn easily. And I swim terribly. It's a terrible combination.
We're in the second set of what is a very entertaining and competitive encounter between Iga Swiatek and Katie Boulter, the Polish and British #1s respectively. Swiatek trying to book Poland's place in the semi-finals.
Time.
Trying to get her team back here at the weekend. still an awful lot of work to do. Hubie her catch on his opening singles against Britain's Billy Harris. That was expected, and Swiatek very much the favourite coming out here. That hasn't quite gone to the script. Let's hope those outfits have not been worn in vain. They've made a big effort tonight, those youngsters.
Love it.
That was a shot from her practice session yesterday. We've been spying on them quite a lot over the last week or so.
And it's interesting, right? These last 2 second serves of Iga's were much slower than she hit them in the first set, but they have the shape, they have the kick, they jump out of the strike zone of Katie Boulter, and they get her 2 unforced errors back to back and a chance to go up 4-love in the second set. It's almost like she prefers that first serve that's not too far away from her. It's around 1 or 2 steps from her return position.
It's a great test, isn't it, of this modified action, which we saw the sort of the beginnings of at the WTA finals in Saudi. And that was the first tournament that she'd worked with women. We're seeing the progression of it now, and it's really being tested here. That will do very nicely.
Poland leads 4 games to.
There we have it. And for those United Cup fans of last year, they will remember that very abbreviated motion where she took the elbow up straight away.
He tried. There's an awful lot of ceiling paraphernalia up there. It would have been spectacular had it made its way through.
And there was that kick serve, right, that they've been working on. It's safer, it lands in the box, opens the court. But in those tight moments, she still grips that slice grip and goes for the old faithful. We saw it go awry just a couple of games back.
She moves well.
15-13.
And that is the challenge against players like Iga Swiatek. Even after that incredibly intense first set, 1 hour 15, she never backs down. The intensity just remains the same. And you have to be able to match it for possibly 3 sets.
And Katie didn't play the mixed doubles late last night against Australia because she was already pretty tired after the singles. And then to have this on your plate the following day, that takes it out of the legs.
They're getting a very good workout, and this could be an important hold. Remember, she really hung on in that first set.
Yes. Advantage team regroup.
When you think about this time a couple of years ago, she was ranked well outside the world's top 100. It's all coming together for Katie Boulter. That's an excellent hold. Team Poland up a double break in this second set.
Team Poland leads 4-2.
Just missed a couple which kills me, but it's better to go for it than not. I find it really
just had that racket walk past me as it got dropped off.
Can you see Wim? He's just constantly checking the tension now. Forget what that thing's
that
called.
one just came back from the stringers.
Yeah.
So he's testing it as it comes back before he gives it over to her.
Some players are very fussy about their tension, some of the others aren't, but when Wim's in town, he's making sure that everything is just right. And Andre, this is a unique opportunity for him, isn't it? Yes, you can talk to your coaches these days in matches when you're down there, but he can really be there in real time to try and bed down some of these changes. I mean, it's ideal, isn't it? I bet he's delighted.
Yeah, it really is the perfect preparation for the Australian Open, especially when you have a new team, to test the waters, get used to each other, get to know each other, and even get to know each other's tensions.
Can Boulter get one of these breaks back and make this second set as competitive as the first? Back of the pitch, a very important man, Rory Mees, in the blue baseball caps next to Biljana, and Billy Harris keeping the Boulter body in one piece. And that's what's so special for many of us watching Katie out here, having known all the years of illnesses and injuries and spinal stress fractures and ankle problems, and to see her fit and healthy and playing this kind of tennis is wonderful.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes we don't talk enough about how quick her ascension was up the rankings, because she wasn't 15, 16 when Amira Andreeva does it because of her young age. Everyone talks about it, but Katie, you mentioned it earlier, she wasn't even in the top 50 just a year ago, and now she's knocking on the door of the best 20 players in the world, and has shown today that she really does belong there. So this was for her a quick rise, and you have to get used to being that top player. It's not that easy. Very interesting rally here. Again, Iga Swiatek goes toe-to-toe with the pace of Katie Boulter, and the moment she takes pace off, the unforced error occurs. We see it not here. This one right there, a bit more height.
She was almost caught off guard by how short it was.
She was ready for that.
Yes.
It felt like the first couple of games of the match, every time Iga dropped one a little bit shorter, Katie actually wasn't ready for it with her footwork, because she's constantly expecting that deep one and the pressure ball coming onto, especially deep in her forehand.
That is spectacular.
Advantage, Team Poland.
She'd make a great limbo dancer, wouldn't she, Iga Swiatek? My goodness. I think she had both knees on the ground.
Team Poland. Team Poland leads 5-1.
Well, a little over half an hour ago, Boulter was taking the opening set on a breakout. Here now serving to stay in the second.
Love 15.
That is the one Laura analyzed so beautifully a couple of days ago. Sometimes Katie just doesn't get that wrist work on the forehand and it flies long on her.
Fabulous.
30.
If she somehow manages to win this match, Katie Boulter, she should take her backhand down the line, out for a drink, treat it really nicely.
That shot changed the entire point around, didn't it? Because the previous shot from Swiatek was gorgeous. It had lovely height, but then she just leans into the backhand line.
I'm sure Alex de Minaur will understand.
I think he'd pay for the drink.
It's very strong.
40-13.
Boulter trying to put some kind of brakes on the momentum here. These forehand heaviness numbers in set 2 on numbers out of 10.
Yes. Advantage, Team Poland.
Well, she doesn't often lose the first set, does she? And this response has been devastating. Team Poland, a chance to level the contest right here. And Poland are right back in this. Swiatek takes the second by 6 games to 1.
Love 15.
Well, number 2 had a great record last season in deciding sets. She won 13 of 16. The last one she lost was at Wimbledon, a match we've already mentioned before against Yulia Putintseva. So it's been quite some time since she's beaten when taking the distance.
Lights. First set.
What's the play here from Boulter, final set?
I think exactly what she did here. I think she needs to try and take the ball a bit earlier. We talked about how much heavier Iga's ground strokes were in the second set. So the play is either to go back and let them drop or to step up and take them on the rise, try to take time away again from Iga Swiatek. The question will be, will her energies suffice Katie Boulter's? We just talked about how quick her rise through the rankings was. She's not used to playing these type of matches over and over and over again. She will get used to it, but is she ready? We will see. We saw it against Jess Pegula 12 months ago here.
14-13.
And even if you miss a few extra, you feel like that's the sort of point where she just needs to rip the backhand line.
Yeah.
Attempt to keep the point short. It's always easier said than done, but at this point of the match, just gone 2 hours, legs probably already feeling it.
Team Poland.
First game.
And we talked about what made the difference between set 1 and set 2, and Laura Robson, she talked about it from the get-go, so I will give her credit, and maybe she wants to take this graphic, but take a look at that, Laura. The first line is the second set average trajectory of Iga Swiatek's ground strokes and the height above the net, and the second line is the trajectory of set 1. Your thoughts on this?
I just feel very vindicated. Yeah, I think it's just nice, though, to see that she's put it together in a second set after losing a tough hour 15 first set. A lot of players, definitely not Iga, I wouldn't put her in this camp, would kind of keep trying to do the same thing, and this is what they've been working on. You see the change straight away, and you see the change in the scoreline. And sometimes it really is that simple, but it's very hard to slow the pace down when you're getting such power from the other side of the net.
Very nice job by our team in the analysis, bolt 6.
She's found the corner. It's worth reminding ourselves that Boulter came back from a set down against top 5 player Jessica Pegula, this time a year ago, to win the next 2. And come through in that decider. But as good a player as Jessica Pegula is, she's not a 5-time Grand Slam champion. This would be huge for Boulter.
15.
And you have to think the first serve is going to play a huge part for Katie if she's able to come through this third set. We've seen a couple of double faults on the second.
We switch up from Boulter, second ace in this game.
Billy Harris is thrilled, and he should be. This was a huge hold.
bet sometimes he can't quite believe the progressions he's made. He's right outside the top 100 now. Within qualifying for the Australian Open, but the way he's been playing, looks like he's got a chance to be in the main draw. A few years ago, he was driving around sleeping in his van.
Yeah.
So
And now he's out on Bondi Beach on his surfboard. I assume that's what.
it's quite a transformation.
Letting it go now because I understood it wrongly, but future he can't do that.
Laura, did you catch any of that?
Yeah, it was the fact that she ran back to her team bench. I need to get my rule book out, but I'm pretty sure you're not meant to cross the net. So she can have a drink, but she needs to take it with her and have it next to the towel box on her own side.
Chick Track's one of the stricter umpires.
She really is.
But she's very good.
Very good, but very strict, and the players know.
Yep.
Love 13.
Looks like we're back in the first set.
Yeah, and I really think that should be her game plan from now on. Change directions quickly. I do think she could have gone even earlier, fought that down the line, but eventually pulled the trigger. The longer she stays in the cross-court rallies, the more topspin Iga Swiatek will be able to produce.
Oh, wow. These are the first break points that Boulter's had since that 7th game of the opening set where she got the break back. And this has been coming, actually. Swiatek's had to work a little harder for her last few service games, even though she's had the holds. What can Boulter do here? Boulter putting the brakes on the Swiatek comeback. Team GB up a break in this final set.
Team Great Britain leads 2-1.
I think she was a bit rattled by the soft warning there. Had another chat.
I thought so too, Laura. I thought that you could tell, even when she did get the soft warning, she had a confused look on her face.
And physio coming on.
Oh, okay.
Early stages of the final set. And physio is out for Iga Swiatek.
She's going to take the off-court medical timeout. It looked more like the assessment was on the knee rather than any higher up. But clearly they need to get under the ball shorts.
Under the what, Laura?
The ball shorts, like the shorts connected to the
ball
skirt.
shorts. I thought you meant the bull shorts, and then, you know, with cow and horns.
That would be a new thing.
I was like, no, but often, Laura, you surprise me with things that I've never heard of. So I was just checking that I was on message. Yeah, it's a shame, really. Another break in play, but it's never easy, is it? Coming out of the pre-season, however long or short it is, and trying to go as hard as they are. Let's see if we can pick up any of this chat.
It's so loud down here that the GP bench didn't know what was happening until Alex Ward went up to the chair umpire and asked what was going on. I couldn't see any hindrance in the movement. Could you, Andrea?
I couldn't, no. I couldn't. I was surprised that she called this time out. But clearly something bothering her. And this is Swiatek. They are in constant communication about the time. You have some time to assess, and then 3 minutes for the medical timeout if it gets called.
The way this match is positioned, it's a shame, isn't it, to have a break right now. Boulter was really hotting up again.
Yeah, this could be 7-8 minutes by the time the next point's played.
Well, and here we saw her take something, whether that were electrolytes or maybe even a painkiller now in context.
I thought it looked like an electrolyte tab.
Okay.
Obviously she's having the energy gels as well, but can't go overboard enough with the hydration. Boulter's, I think, going to come out and serve again for the second time in the match.
She's at great serve practice here.
Well, keep practicing that kick second.
Yeah.
Oh, so the medical time has not even started. They're still doing the assessment.
Ladies and gentlemen, Team Poland is now receiving medical timeout.
So now the 3 minute starts.
I'm not sure that's ideal for the digital wall and the technology that's in there, Katie. It's not like the one at your club. You know, bricks and mortar.
Billiana's asking if Alex Ward can go out and hit a few with her.
Well, she wants to keep things going, doesn't she? Well, actually, she's serving. Can you, Andrea, elaborate on exactly about, just to maybe explain for anyone that doesn't play the game, exactly why she struggles to get the kick?
Yeah, absolutely. So she has, her grip is already kind of a slice grip. So it's inverted towards a way that when she connects with the ball, it will go, always when it lands, it will slice out, so it will move to the left. And she needs a bit more pronation. So she hits the ball, if you have it straight on, she hits it from the right side. She needs to get a little bit more under and on the left to be able to produce a kick serve. And that's a different kind of, here we see it here. It will always, she will always have that rotation. Here we have a nice angle. You will always have, because she rotates and the way she tosses the ball, she will always feel more comfortable with that slice serve. But to have the option to also hit the kick serve will be a tremendous development in her game. can see how nicely she rotates with the upper body. You can almost make out the elbow on the other side. And so if you can get that pronation, a different type of movement with the elbow where the wrist almost shows to the right side after you finish it, before you follow through, that will have the ball kick.
And you need every serve these days, don't you? You need to hit all the spots, and you need to be able to hit slice, kick, and flat.
And it's more almost about the unpredictability as well, because a lot of women have fantastic backhands, maybe better backhands than forehands. But if you know it's always coming into your body or forehand, the way the women return, you will always be under pressure. And Katie is a first ball, first strike type of player, so she needs to stay as unpredictable as she possibly can.
Okay, that digital ball's getting another is getting another hammering now. And actually these days, because there are so many breaks in play, I mean, I've got to say, it's a different world for yourself and Europe. But back in the day, the 80s and 90s,
you didn't have that.
Never went to the bathroom. We never, no one ever went off court.
Even in my time, it was already very rare, I would say.
But now, players, I remember Ashbati saying that she prepared, you train for these breaks in play. You can factor it into practice sessions. It's become...
Guys, we've lost the plot down here.
Part of the game. Well, what's happening?
Katie Boulter's laughing because they're doing like a kiss cam on the screen, and you've just seen the worst snog of your life.
Oh no!
On the big screen.
There's a lot of reluctance up there as well.
I mean, if that doesn't loosen you up, I don't know what will.
There's so much pressure.
Time.
They're having so much fun, we've always forgotten. We're in the middle of a tennis match here. Iga is back.
With no tape. None that I can see anyway.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Ready for play. Thank you. Love 50.
Oh wow, that is very, very close.
Can she restart? Upper break.
I take it back, there's some inner thigh tape happening.
Under the ball shorts.
Indeed. You can see it peeking out.
Pulled it. Well, broken to love in her last service game was Swiatek. This would be quite the response. And up here, a fifth break of the Boulter serve.
Lights. 7 seconds.
Games up.
That's okay, boys. Come on, back it now.
And you can see it peeking through now on the right thigh, the tape, and has to be said, Iga took this United Cup also as a way to practice and prepare for the Australian Open, was out on those practice courts a lot, played both singles and mixed doubles. So she's been out on court.
Yeah, Sam and I were watching her match warm-up the other day. That was much longer than you would think. I reckon it was closer to 45, 50 minutes than the bog standard half an hour.
Boulter yet to win a point since the resumption of play. Eight consecutive points for Swiatek. Poland ahead in this third set.
Team Poland leads 3 games to 2.
Let's go, boys. Got this. Back on.
An awful lot to discuss in both team zones, but away from the tennis, the French team have been to Taronga Zoo. Had a chance to see all the animals at Radavasalam with his young family. They absolutely loved it. Very close to the CBD as well. Out in Sydney's inner west, we are under the big top at the Ken Rosewell Arena. The great man's in the house tonight. And, plenty of fans here staying for the conclusion. Sydney Olympic Park, all the hustle and bustle of the United Cup. Plenty of fans inside the arena. Plenty on the outside as well, watching it on the big screen.
Time.
Poland won the first of the 3 matches between these two countries. Hubie Hurkacz beating Billy Harris. This is a lot closer than many would have thought. Swiatek trying to get her team into the semi-finals.
It seemed almost idiotic to take another break on the changeover after what was about 1:15 of play, but I think just that time back on the bench has settled Boulter slightly, and you can hear the grunts come out. I think Biljana's told her to get a bit more vocal.
the universal gesture of hug the baseline. If you see somebody going like that with their hands near the tennis court, you know what to do.
Long day, isn't it? And night for those on the bench. That is an excellent hold.
Team Great Britain.
Great Britain steadying in this final set.
3 games on.
Well, the first meeting between these two is turning into a goodie. The first set was spectacular. Let's see what the decider will bring.
Great point from both women. Nice and aggressive from Katie Boulter and Iga Swiatek, showing off that backhand open stance defensive shot that she is really known for. Always in great balance there.
40 love.
This is the game with an ace. Back-to-back love holds for Swiatek.
Team Poland leads 4 games to 3.
Not too many words are needed at this stage.
Come on, you've got this.
Still plenty of fans here as we get ready for the late show at Sydney Olympic Park, Ken Rosewall Arena, coming up to 10:30 local time. And still a lot of tennis for the fans to see. A mixed doubles, potentially a decider in prospect. Can Iga Swiatek see Team Poland through to the semi-finals? This is the woman trying to stop her.
Let's first. 15.
Energy on the serve.
Charlie Brim getting ready for duty. We have a crucial role to play in the mixed doubles coming up after this women's singles.
Let's see, 15.
Come on, Katie. Get up there on the serve. Come on.
Swiatek eyeing up a break here. If this does go to a decider, both these two are slated to be back for the mixed doubles. It's going to be a heavy night for both women. Still a lot of tennis in this one.
That just looked slightly tired in the legs.
Yeah, I agree with Laura. There was a wide shot to get to. Had a lot of distance to cover and just couldn't get her body weight behind that shot. That's why it flew long on her.
It's break point. Boulter holding firm.
Yes.
Great resilience from the Brit here. Looked tired in the previous point, but really pulled herself together to save break point.
Historically, she's always been a gritty competitor. Seeing that now. Here comes Iga. And she's got another chance to break.
Advantage, Team Poland. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Got it.
Yes.
Physio room's going to be busy tonight. These two pushing right to the edge.
A stunning contest it is right now. I even saw Laura Robson clapping after this.
Oh, you got to.
This is a goodie. Well, number 2 on the ropes here.
A lot of grimacing going on
Great Britain.
down Team Poland's end though. Iga just pulled up short. She slid out on the outside leg really well on the backhand side, but then just at the end of that point you could see a bit of pain maybe creeping in.
Yes. Thank you. Advantage, Team Great Britain.
What a hold.
Great Britain. Full game zone.
Well, this first meeting between the two has been an absolute throwdown.
Welcome to 2025.
There's no easing our way in, is there? Goodness me, we're not that far shy of 3 hours here.
It's so enjoyable because you can just see on their faces how much they both want it.
Well watched.
Love 15.
It's a brutal test, isn't it, of this new service motion? It's being completely examined out here under the lights.
This is the Katie Boulter we saw at the end of the first set. Absolutely ruthless on anything that drops short in the court. Defending the baseline like her life depended on it. And Iga Swiatek needs to find a way to push Katie Boulter back behind the baseline as she did in the second set. Because right now it's on Katie's racket.
Too good.
30.
That was a beautiful angle, opening the court so widely.
Fabulous.
30, 40.
Well, sensational ball striking from Boulter. Brings up a break point.
Demolition, winning Team Poland.
Oh, that's tough.
Oh, has she made it? She has.
Yes.
Wow. One millimeter.
Oh, wow.
Only has to touch. So we're back at deuce.
Advantage, Team Poland.
This sport will be the bane of all of our existence.
This is one hell of a competitor, though, isn't it? 4 times the champion at Roland Garros, once at the US Open. Over 100 weeks as world #1. Fighting hard here.
Again, Team Poland.
She gets the hold. Poland ahead. Back end of this final set.
Team Poland leads 5 games to play.
Drama here at the Ken Rosal Arena, the quarterfinal between Great Britain and Poland, and it's all on the line. Boulter has to win to save it. We are on serve after a couple of breaks in this final set. How hard does Boulter push right here? It's so much on the line. Not merely the match, but this quarterfinal as well. Still they go at it.
Love 30.
But there's a little opening here for Swiatek.
Incredible depth of shot right there that forces the error.
Goodness me, she's had to push hard tonight.
This is a
Tabulation, winning team
even on the time violations as well now. This is a fabulous, fabulous match.
Well, for close on 3 hours, Katie Boulter, world number 24, has gone toe-to-toe with one of the very best in the world. Team Poland at match point.
Team Poland.
That was epic. Swiatek and Team Poland are through to the semi-finals. The world number 2 back from a set down. She wins 6-7, 6-1, 6-4 in just a few minutes shy of 3 hours. And what a way for Poland to book their place in the last 4.